Hello everyone, welcome to Season 12 of Profs Huddle.
The Rowan indoor track team completed at the NCAA Division III Championship. We'll take a look at how they did, followed by updates on baseball and softball.
Profs Huddle starts now.
Welcome to Profs Huddle. I'm Max Fountain.
And I'm John Hallwood. As the last of the winter sports come to an end, indoor track and field come out as NCAA Division III champions at Nationals in Birmingham, Alabama. The two-day event had Seth Clevenger and Rajon Dixon leading the charge to help the Rowan Profs get their first ever NCAA indoor track and field title. They defeated the defending champions Wisconsin Lacrosse by 1 point, 75-74. Dixon won the 200 meter with a time of 20.92 seconds and beat second place Dylan Doss from Wisconsin Oshkosh by 1/100th of a second. Clevenger competed and won in both the 5,000 meters and 3,000 meters. Clevenger also broke the meet record for the 3,000 meter event with a time of 7 minutes and 54 seconds. 12 athletes made the first team All-American, including Clevenger and Dixon. In addition, the remaining 5 athletes made All-American second team. Congratulations again to our men's indoor track and field team for winning the first NCAA indoor track and field title. Here's Profs Huddle own Donovan Worthy with more about the win at Birmingham Complex for Rowan's first NCAA title for track and field.
The Rowan men's track and field team took home the national title on March 17th. It is the 12th NCAA team championship in the history of Rowan athletics and the first since 2002. Head coach Dustin Mitt gives his perspective on accomplishing such a feat.
You know, every week it seemed like we broke another record, and that's not usually the case. We usually have a couple big weeks the way we set up training, but this year, every week something was happening, and you could just see that, you know, kind of building and building as we approached the championship, that it was like this was a really special team. You know, the 80s, we were the team, right? 5 national titles in a row, but never an indoor title. So we've set a record for most points at indoors multiple times, and we pretty much almost doubled that record this year. So that was really exciting to be able to score that much and to, you know, be able to etch our name into that, you know, Hall of Champions of, you know, winning that national title.
You see it. It's what we do. It's what we do.
Third place finisher Jason Ajimon gives insight on making it onto the podium.
Well, for me, it was a little underwhelming, but I knew I did my part. I was able to help out my team. I was expecting more out of my own performance, but I was able to help out the team by getting some points. It's not usually a moment of knowing if I'm going to be on the podium. It's more of a moment of me telling myself I deserve to be on the podium or I deserve to be up there. I have a lot of love for the sport, and even throughout the hard days, I'm still ready to get up and get after it the next day.
The Profs secured their first ever indoor national title, and they are ecstatic over their historic accomplishment. I'm Donovan Worthy, bringing it back into the studio with John and Max.
Thank you, Donovan. A great way to end the winter season for track and field. Spring sports are just starting to heat up, and so is baseball.
Rowan baseball is rolling right now. The Profs open up NJAC play with a doubleheader against the Ramapo Roadrunners. With Rowan trying to extend its winning streak to 7 games, let's get to the highlights, starting with Game 1 of the doubleheader in the bottom of the 3rd. Nick Struble comes through with an RBI single, scoring Braden Davis to give Rowan a 1-0 lead. Ramapo answers right back as Julian Caruso delivers an RBI single to even things up at 1 apiece. Bottom of the 4th, the Profs respond. Jason Schooley with a clutch bases clearing double, driving in 3 to put Rowan back in front 4-1. But the Roadrunners wouldn't go away. Nick Pellegrino launches a 2-run shot to give Ramapo the lead 5-4. Fast forward to the bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded, a chance for the Profs to walk it off, and Jason Schooley doesn't even need to swing. He draws a 4-pitch walk, and Rowan wins a wild one, 7-6. Joey Bogart carries the momentum over from game one, dropping down a beautiful bunt that helps extend the Profs' early lead as Nick Struble comes around to score, Rowan up 4-0. Ramapo finally gets on the board in the top of the sixth on a fielder's choice from Brandon Tauber, scoring Nick Pellegrino, but Rowan still leads 5-1. Later in the inning, Julian Caruso flies out, and that caps off a strong outing from Austin Crayenhagen. 6 solid innings of work, leaving with a 5-1 lead. In the bottom of the sixth, the Profs add on. Jason Schooley drove in a run, pushing the lead to 7-1. Ramapo down to their final at-bat, but it's Nick Pellegrino who flies out to end it, and Rowan completes the doubleheader sweep in dominant fashion with a 10-2 win. Rowan then picked up its 8th straight win last night in an 8-3 win over the John Jay Bloodhounds. They'll resume NJAC play with the Stockton Ospreys, first at home on Thursday, April 2nd at 3:30 p.m., and then on the road in Galway on Friday, April 3rd, also at 3:30 p.m. Rowan will wrap up the week on the road with a doubleheader against the Montclair State Redhawks on Saturday, April 4th, with first pitch set for 11:30 a.m. and Game 2 to follow at 2:30 p.m.
14th ranked Rowan softball is finally heating things up after a slower start to the season. The Profs have a plus 85 run differential through the first 24 games with a team batting average of .323. Now let's send it to Profs Huddle reporter Christina Zellen to hear more about the players shining on the diamond.
Thanks, guys. I'm here outside the Rowan softball field as the Profs look to continue their dominance in NJAC play. This past Sunday, Rowan had their home opener as they played a doubleheader against Montclair State. Both starting pitchers for Rowan pitched complete games, only allowing 2 runs and 8 hits between them. Senior ace Emily McCutcheon hopes that the energy from their 10-2 run in Florida can help them continue their winning ways.
I think definitely with like a lot of rookies that we have this year, and definitely like them playing on the field, we've had a lot the past couple years, but they've kind of just been in like pinch hitting, pinch running roles. So definitely like getting them time down there where it's like kind of more fun in Florida. Like, yes, we're really competitive, but like it's more about like learning and playing as a team rather than just more winning games.
This season, there are a total of 15 freshmen and sophomores on the team, compared to the 9 upperclassmen. Head coach Kim Wilson feels that the younger players are getting more integrated as the season progresses, thanks to the help of the veteran players.
The younger group, the first years and second years, have done a good job of working hard, maintaining the standard, really trying to level up and learn what the college game is about. And I think they've done a good job. I think our upperclassmen have maintained our culture and our standard and really integrated them into everything that we're doing. So it's been a positive outcome so far.
For the rest of the season, the Profs will be playing in-conference opponents, meaning each of these remaining series are that much more important for determining seeding for the NJAC tournament, which kicks off April 28th.
Reporting for Profs Huddle, I'm Christina Zellen.
Thank you, Christina. Rowan's hot streak came to an abrupt end after their loss to first-place NJAC rival Stockton Ospreys. In their first game, the Profs lost 7-2 against the Ospreys and a 4-2 loss in the second. They currently sit 4th in NJAC play at 17-7. Looking ahead, Rowan Profs will be on the road for a bit as they look to get back into winning ways. They play Kane April 3rd at 1 and 3 p.m. and then go to TCNJ on April 7th, with those games starting at 2:30 and 4:30. Then they face NJCU on April 11th at 1 and 3.
Rowan women's lacrosse is on fire, going for its 5th straight win in a showdown with Catholic University. Let's take a look at the highlights. Things get underway in Glassboro, and it's a physical start. Rowan wins the opening draw, and after falling behind 2-0 early, Madison Rothwein gets the Profs on the board with her first goal to cut the deficit to 2-1. Then a goal from Alexis Lowry. Madison Rothwein scores once again to give the Profs first lead of the game 3-2. Kylie Durbaugh comes up big down the stretch with several key saves, keeping Catholic from regaining the lead as Rowan battles back after that early deficit. She made 9 saves on 18 shots. Standout performance from Fiona Lockhart, who disrupted the defense all day, drawing multiple fouls. She finished the day with 4 goals and 1 assist, including her 100th career goal as a Rowan Prof. A strong all-around performance from the Profs as they take it 13-9 over Catholic, improving to 8-2 on the season. Madison Rothwein leads the way with 5 goals in an impressive outing from the sophomore. On Saturday, the Profs took on the number 13 nationally ranked Diplomats of Franklin and Marshall, defeating them by a final score of 12-10, headlined by a standout performance by Elena Corson. Coming up for the Profs, a ranked matchup against number 22 Christopher Newport right here in Glassboro on Saturday, April 4th at 12 o'clock p.m. Then it's NJAC action as Rowan hosts Stockton on Wednesday, April 8th at 4 o'clock p.m. After that, the Profs hit the road, traveling to Mahwah, New Jersey to take on the Ramapo Roadrunners on Saturday, April 11th at 1 o'clock p.m. Now it's time for Profs Huddle 2-minute drill. Owen Colwell and Alex Wan will discuss some standout performances so far from Rowan's spring sports. Take it away, guys.
Alex, when you look at performances from student athletes so far, 2 jump right off the page. Braden Davis of the baseball team and Elena Corson of women's lacrosse. Whose performance so far in 2026 stands out to you the most and why?
Yeah, well, Owen, both of these players have been phenomenal to start the season, but I got to go with Braden Davis. The Rowan baseball player has been dominant to start the year. 15 games, batting .444, slugging .889. That's a 1.4 OPS. He's leading the team in almost every offensive metric, including home runs and doubles. And he's even throwing in some stolen bases there. He's got an all-around game. He's really been able to do everything.
All right. That's amazing numbers, amazing. Listen to Elena Corson, though. Listen to this. 84 goals in 20 games. I know that's last year, 4.2 goals a game. This season, she has 44 in 10, 4.4 goals a game. And you know what she did last year? She set the single season record for Rowan women's lacrosse for all-time goals in a season, and she's only 15 goals away from setting the all-time record in the history of the program. I mean, this is an all-time great. I feel like you got to go with the all-time great.
You're right, she is an all-time great. I see that. But look at the improvement from Davis, where he was last year to where he is now. His batting average has jumped almost 150 points. He's already matched his doubles from last year. He's on track to far surpass his home run total. He has just gotten to an elite hitter, and we saw that at the end of last season.
Throughout Elena Corson's time in Rowan women's lacrosse, I want you to guess something for me. How many games do you think she has gone without scoring a single point?
I'm not sure on that.
1. Throughout pretty much 4 years of playing women's lacrosse, she has only gone 1 game without scoring a point. I mean, it seems pretty clear to me. Braden Davis is outstanding. Elena Corson, an all-time great for women's lacrosse, but when you look at it overall, both of these players are extremely instrumental to their teams.
Yeah, I definitely agree there.
So that'll do it for this edition of Profs Huddle. 2-minute drill for Alex Wan. I am Owen Colwell. Now we're going to send it back to Max and John to close out the show.
Thank you, Owen. That is all the time that we have here on Profs Huddle. We'll be back with a fresh new episode of Profs Huddle on April 15th.
Hope you enjoyed the show, and as always, stay classy, Glassboro.